First, we're going to have a look at the right-click context-sensitive menu. The context-sensitive menu in the past we've introduced to make life easier and faster to work with. On top of that, in CATIE 16 we've made some enhancements, and some of the first enhancements that we've done was scope and layer options. When you do a selection in CATIE 16, on the right click you'll find options that has to do with layer and display. The new options are where I can choose to display only selected objects, which will turn my scope into only the current selection being displayed. If you go back to scope or layers, you'll see all your information again. Secondly, you can do the same with the opposite result. Select a couple of options, right click, and then choose to hide the objects, which will hide the current objects selected from your current scope. Another option that we've built in there is the ability to display only certain layers by selecting objects on it. Let's say, for instance, I want to display my furniture and my grid lines. All I have to do is select two objects from those layers. From the context sensitive menu, layering and display, I can tell CATIE to display only objects layers, and it will turn my scope into those specific layers only. In the same way you can display those layers, you can also select the same layers, go to layer display, and turn off the objects layers, which will turn off those selected objects and layers relevant to those selection that you've made. Go back to scope or layers to display all your information again. As you can see from the top, from my active layer, my current active layer is furniture. Another enhancement that we've done on that is, let's say for instance I want my new layer, active layer, to be the dimension layer. You select one of the dimensions, right click context sensitive menu, layer and display, and set my active layer from the selected object, and you will see my active layer changed to dimensions. So these are some of the enhancements and changes that we've made to the context sensitive menu to make life easier and faster for you to work with.